Another tool that comes in handy for myself a lot during weddings is the lighting effects tool. And essentially what that does is it adds a light source to your image. So, for example, this image, it was taken in the snow in January in North Carolina, and the backdrop is snow. It's a low aperture shot, and it's kind of very boring. It's very flat light. It was, I believe, snowing or raining, so it was overcast, and there's just not a lot of light, not a lot of dynamic anything. It's just kind of flat. So a great way to fix that is by adding a light source. And in Photoshop, you can do that pretty simply. So the way you do that is by going Filter, Render, Lighting Effects. And so your default beam of light might be a little different. Let's just go over the settings so we can be on the same page. I always use Spotlight. My intensity is usually a little, around 60, 50, 60. The hotspot changes drastically depending on what I'm trying to do. The color, this is the color of your light. Colorize, I never really touch. I never touch gloss, metallic, and ambiance is how much of the original light you want to keep around. So if you want a lot of it, then it's going to look like that, and the light you're adding isn't going to add much. If you want just a little bit of ambiance, like negative ambiance almost, then this light's going to really take over. So I'm going to kind of just give it like that. I'm going to, you can drag the beam of light wherever you'd like. So I want the source to be coming in from the top right. I want it a little narrower, so I'm going to change the scale length. I'm basically like pinching it in a way. Moving this down, maybe a little wider. Yeah, a little wider, a little more up top. Okay, so now we basically have a huge beam of light coming in from the back right. And obviously this doesn't look natural. So I'm going to change the color, maybe a little cooler. Yeah, just a little warmer. I like that. So now I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit Enter. You can also hit OK up here. And it's going to give you that lighting effect. All right, so now you have this beautiful light coming in. It adds much more to the photo than just this. But it does look a little ridiculous. So I think what I'm going to do is just lower the opacity here. Enough to a point where, it kind of blends. So about 69%. So you can still see the outline of this hotspot here, and it just kind of adds to the photo. It makes it a little more dynamic than just boring flat light, which is beautiful in its own right. However, for me, I like a little more interest with the lighting. So that's one way to do it. Filter, Render, Lighting Effects. It's a great tool. You should definitely check it out.